Hopefully I am. Still says I'm offline. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's booting up now. Probably should actually give myself a profile photo. Turn that off. Fuck it, open on my second monitor. This one. This photo of a wizard. Refresh the page. Let's see if it's all come through. Yeah, it's all gone through. Happy, happy days. Oh dear. Red. Checking emails. Oh, good lord. So, it's... I would have gotten this, gotten onto this sooner, but... But I had an appointment, so... Here we are. Maduro's already been sworn in. What is it? Let's see if I can find that video again. Inauguration. Oh, this one's live.
Una es la diplomacia del engaño de la zanahoria. La política de la zanahoria. Ustedes saben cuál es esa. La política de la zanahoria. Y vas detrás de la zanahoria y te van engañando.
Quiet, even for me.
Cuando menos lo esperas, ¡pum! La puñalada por la espalda. Así paga el diablo.
I can't believe he went in with no problem. I was expecting a lot more.
Si no te funciona la zanahoria, usa el garrote.
The official consensus is a lot of Venezuelans are disappointed. He's going to just carry on doing his speeches, and I can't understand him. One, because he's really fucking quiet, and two, because yeah, my Spanish ain't that good. So, this is a official statement that came out about what's her name? MCM. Sorry, I'm still waking up. Hence the Red Bull. So, as Attorney General of the Republic, I'm obliged to inform the country and the world that today's attempt has been made to develop a disastrous psychological operation unleashed acts of violence at the time when the country is preparing for the inauguration of President of the Republic, Nicolas Maduro Moros, for the period of 2025 to 2031. Fuck me. We must point out that Maria Corina Machado is subject to criminal investigations for actions committed after the presidential election of July 28th for crimes of treason, conspiracy with foreign countries, and criminal association. Consequently, if within the framework of these investigations an arrest warrant is issued, it will be subject to the guarantees provided in our legal system. In the context, a mediocre false flag operation was carried out today, which by its very nature and quality could be considered a simulation of punishable act when falsely reporting from a platform that responds to stateless interests. That Maria Corina Machado has been intercepted and detained. This lady is a repeat offender in the type of theatrics that seek to victimize her when her macabre intentions fail. It is well known on July 18th of last year during the electoral campaign she reported an attack on her caravan while she was sleeping without anyone in her entourage noticing. Likewise, in 2011, when she was a pre-candidate, she could be heard in an audio recording informing her mother that news of a car attack against her was going to be spread, so she should not worry. See, I don't want to obviously say bad things about her. She has my utmost support, but let me try and get it up. This has where is it? Yeah, it's this one. This does have me questioning a lot. What's this one actually? I don't think I've seen this one yet. Translate. Venezuelans today, brave people demonstrate how to overcome fear. I've never felt so proud to be a Venezuelan. Thank you to all the citizens who took to the street, claim our victory on July 28th, and claim it. Our heart goes out to the Venezuelans who were shot when the regime repressive forces detained me. I'm now in a safe place and more determined than ever before. Continue with you until the end. Tomorrow I'll let you know what happened today. Yeah, see, that's what I want to know. What did happen? Because, what's this? Is this a video? Impossible to describe. Do we have any more context? We Dominicans are with Venezuelans in the struggle for freedom. No, I don't want to report. God, no. I cry every time I see this. Holy cow. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave my country either. But the system forces us so. Freedom to our people. Cuba, Venezuelans deserve better. They are suffering for many years. Enough is enough. But yeah, no, we have seen. Oh, this was uploaded. It's not saying when it was uploaded. 21 hours ago. So this was when she was doing a rally. That's kind of cute. Oh, there was, what's it? Was it Alertas? Let me check. Yeah, there was. Or was it a. Oh, it was here. 21 hours ago. 21 hours ago. 20 hours. Okay, so this was before arrest, so there hasn't been much since. Sorry, that was my misunderstanding. But yeah, she is free. She is out and about. But why would they free her? That's what gets me. Why? There's something weird happening with this whole operation that happened yesterday. A lot of people are saying it's Maduro, and then other people are saying it's them doing it. Obviously, it's going to be a point the fingers game. Yeah. So I can try and sort out my screen. There we go. Like I'm hiding anything, but you never can be too sure. Yeah, that'll do. No harm in you seeing the URL. Directs you to the right places. I should probably actually name the stream. Yeah, that'll be an idea, won't it? My first stream. Maduro? No, Maduro. Good old fucking spell as well. Maduro Inauguration. Just copy that. I'm going to put that up front. There we go. Don't know if we have anyone actually in viewers. That'll be me, won't it? See if anything else is happening.
Tres elecciones muy importantes para la gobernabilidad, para la paz, para la estabilidad y señores empresarios presentes a los cuales no he saludado de todos los organismos empresariales del país para la tranquilidad y la paz económica, para el crecimiento económico garantizado de este año 2025 que será maravilloso. Así que a las 31 elecciones que hemos hecho, nosotros hemos ganado 29. El bloque histórico.
Yeah, it's just chatting bollocks.
Popular
Let's have a look at
support.
this one.
We elected by a landslide a good man, Edmundo González Urrutia. We have the proof of that victory, and the whole world knows it. Maduro has lost everything but fear and repression. Maduro lost all popular support, all legitimacy, and even is weakened or an isolated internationally. What has he left? Russia, Iran, Hezbollah? Well, precisely those countries did not support the fall of al-Assad, who was also one of Maduro's great allies. So what we need is that all American institutions understand that Venezuela is the most important conflict in the Western Hemisphere for national security of the US. And that means it has to be put.
See, that's a very good point because there was reports that a Russian weapons factory was blown up. Now, I don't know who did that, what kind of operation they were playing, but it does denote one thing, that Russia does indeed have weapons in Venezuela. They've got munitions in Venezuela, which probably explains, well, doesn't explain much because Kalashnikov's on the black market anyway, but it does explain why their entire military is equipped with Kalashnikovs. Oh dear.
In the top of the attention, we can be the best ally the United States will have in the Americas. First of all, because we also are desperate to solve a migration problem in our region. We want all.
What is it? Another one is this inauguration was, I don't know if it was planned, but they were very lucky at the date because Trump does not get into office until 20th, I believe. I thought he was on the 6th, but what Trump inauguration date. Yeah, January the 20th. I thought it was on the 6th, but it wasn't. Some people talk about the 6th. I'm not too sure why, especially if that isn't actually the inauguration date, but hey ho. See, if Trump was in power, you definitely know that he would have taken some action. All right, yeah, not militaristic action, but he would have done something. Um, Instagram. Let's see if Marco Rubio's done anything. Marco Rubio. Nah, nothing by Marco Rubio. I should probably check X. We appreciate that it goes Xanax then X. Fuck's sake. I don't even know why I was searching Xanax. I think I wanted to know what the fuck it was. Come on, attach the top. You know you wanna. Here we go. Alright, so we got Maria Corina is now on the streets of Caracas. Glory to the brave people. Has there been any other news? It's 12 hours. Venezuelans are not afraid. I was filled with pride and emotion to see the streets full of brave men and women demanding their rights. For all of them, for the international community that shows its firm and overwhelming support. Maria Corina was released and they understood the power of unity. We continue. Glory to the brave people. Okay. Been anything said recently? No, I don't want to open that. Fox 8, I just want to scroll down. That was the post that that was the interception. Honestly, some powerful photo ops. And then it's just that bloke there just kind of photobombing it. I imagine he's a part of the team. Very powerful photo ops. Oh, what was it? Let me find him. Weird that I'm getting all this from Instagram. So we have Nayib Bukele. Pause. Oh, fuck's sake. We have Nayib Bukele insinuating that he's in Caracas. This was posted last night. Pause. This was posted last night, and well, it's good to see him on the ground because we got talks of Mexico sending a diplomat of some variety, but they weren't sending anyone important or significant because of course it wouldn't. It's Mexico. These are the people that congratulated Maduro on his inauguration. They congratulated Sheinbaum on her inauguration. I don't expect much. Although it does mean that if one of his closer allies is sending people, all right, yeah, they're doing it save face, but they know just as well as everyone else that this is not a legitimate cause. So even if it is to save their own skin and they do still support him, they can't show that support anymore. So, but yeah, good to see Nayib Bukele on the ground again. The world's most favourite dictator. What a great guy. He also posted this, a blue bag, which if you saw the video I posted yesterday, that the blue bag was referred to a lot in terms of the video that was posted after a capture. So, yeah, he's definitely on the bandwagon. I don't think Javier Milei said anything. I've had a look through his stuff, and he hasn't said anything in particular. Stylish motherfucker. Also, I don't know what it is with that outfit. It's a bit Middle Eastern, a bit extra, but then saying that his name is Nayib Bukele. He sounds very much like a. I think he's a Muslim. I could be wrong. Is it Nayib Bukele? Let's have a little goosey gander at Nayib Bukele. Of course, we've got to go to the early life. There. Father, businessman, industrial, of Pakistani origin. So yeah, most likely a Muslim. He has three younger brothers and has four paternal half sisters who. Okay. Bukele's father converted to Christianity to Islam in the 1980s and became an imam and found four mosques in El Salvador. Bukele's mother is a Catholic. She's paternal grandparents were Pakistani Christians who immigrated to. So he's either Catholic or Muslim. I think he's a Catholic. Makes sense. I mean, either way, with a name like Nayib Bukele, you could kind of guess that he wasn't a full bred born Latin American. Like, yeah, he was born in. It sounds like I'm just defaming him here. No, you could just tell by the name that he had some form of Middle Eastern heritage. See if anything is showing up when you search Venezuela. No, I'm not following Edmundo. There we go, fix that problem. 21 hours ago. Saved from communism. I like that one. That one's getting retweeted. I don't want to know what this says. So I've translate up. No, I don't. Okay, I like that one. That one's good. Nice, nice. Panama? I think that's the Panama flag. Oh no, it's Dominican Republic. See, good thing about streaming is I can get distracted. Oh, okay, they're very similar, but not quite the same. Interessant, interessant. Wake up with a new constitutional president, commander-in-chief. Edmundo Gonzalez are elected by... Yeah, they don't have any support. Which begs the question, how the fuck did Maduro get in? So, is he still fucking chatting? You boring old bastard. To be fair, he's got that lovable grandfather look. It's a shame he's such a cock. Let's see what the Times has to say. I want to say I recognise that place, but I don't. I imagine it's somewhere in Caracas. Got anything else on Venezuela? Oh, hello.
This is the coolest innovation of our lifetime. The world's first titanium nonstick pan. It's gonna blow your hair back. The
I'm sure it
And
will.
tonight at 10, Venezuelans in South Florida coming together in prayer, hoping for better days in their home country. It's on the eve of Nicolas Maduro being sworn in tomorrow for a third term as president. Earlier in downtown Doral, the Venezuelan community showed up to protest Maduro and show support for opposition leader Edmundo Gonzalez, whom they say actually won the election. CBS News' Miami's Larry Seaward is live at a church tonight in Coconut Grove. And Larry, people there are saying they're praying for change.
Jim, those here tonight, they're praying for a transition of power in Venezuela, and a peaceful one at that. If that does not happen, some want the U.S. government to step in like never before.
Oh, yeah.
Inside Our Lady of Charity's 50-year-old shrine, Thursday's weekly silent prayer for justice in Cuba, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. Focused on those waving yellow, blue, and red flags with 8 stars earlier in the day. A group worried about their homeland, its leadership, and the conflict keeping everyone in those photos as political prisoners, while in South Florida, loved ones hold on to hope of a reunion.
I expect with the new government that I could at least come back to Venezuela and visit them.
President Nicolas Maduro's regime controls Venezuela. Opponents say he lost the last election to Edmundo Gonzalez, but Maduro still plans to be sworn in for another 6-year term Friday. Opposition leader Maria Corina Machado joined this protest rally in Caracas. Later, her team says someone kidnapped Machado, forced her to record a message before letting her go. Hours later, on his Truth Social platform, President-elect Donald Trump warned Maduro about his treatment of Machado and Gonzalez, saying these freedom fighters should not be harmed and must stay safe and alive. Florida Congressman Carlos Jimenez then revealed that he and other lawmakers met with Gonzalez at the U.S. Capitol Monday and Tuesday.
He has our full, complete, 100% support, just like President Trump just tweeted that he has our support. Maria Corina also has our support. And the message to the Maduro regime is you just go ahead and abide by the election results.
What should happen if the Maduro regime does not protect them?
Honestly, that's a question that belongs to the American government.
Do you think military intervention would be too far?
At this point, many Venezuelans believe that military intervention is the only option that we need.
But those here are praying peace reigns.
We hope that tomorrow will be a peaceful transition, both things. A transition that the Venezuelan people voted for, and that it will be peaceful.
In a state...
Not too much new happening there. Is Maduro at risk? Now that's what I want.
I think recent events in Syria have demonstrated when things happen, they happen suddenly. Now, the opposition see this, but of course, Nicolas Maduro sees this too. And what Venezuela emphatically shares with Syria is a dependency on Russia, which is, of course, now engaged with its own issues.
Thank you for staying with us. Now, in Venezuela, the opposition leader has been freed after reportedly being kidnapped on the eve of the inauguration of her political rival, Nicolas Maduro. Maria Correa Machado had been making her first public appearance in months at a protest against Maduro, who's set to be sworn in for his third presidential term. The 62-year-old was declared the winner of last year's election, a result rejected as fraudulent by many countries, including the United States. John Bonfiglio is the Latin America correspondent for The Times and joins me now. Hello, John.
Hi, Henry.
Hi. Pretty interesting to see that the opposition leader Machado made her first public appearance in months. She took that risk and then was kidnapped and then freed. What do you make of this?
It's interesting, isn't it?
Hello, how would you like to be financially free?
No, I would like to see the video. I was curious as to what the fuck was happening.
It's actually in the opposition's interests at the moment to have figures like Maria Corina Machado detained, held, because that inflames the opposition, that inflames the public all the more, and suggests that it increases the possibility that they will take to the streets in even greater numbers tomorrow. Interestingly, it was actually Freddy Náñez, the information minister, a term which I advisedly use in inverted commas for Venezuela, who was one of the first to share a video of her release saying she was free. The government, the administration definitely do not want to encourage. They're using a sort of stick and carrot approach, but they definitely don't want to inflame the situation any further as things stand in the country ahead of what is a huge day for Venezuela tomorrow, in which Nicolas Maduro is due to be sworn in. But at the same time, the other individual, the second individual, Edmundo González, who by all accounts, by all measures, won the presidential election over the summer. He's been on a world tour with leaders keeping the issue in the spotlight, but he's saying that he will be back in Venezuela by tomorrow, accompanied by a number of ex-presidents, international ex-presidents. And if that is the case, he is landing into a Caracas in which his face is on wanted posters right across the city.
How do you expect people to react? I'm talking about opposition activists and the people that follow them. Are they expected to throng the streets tomorrow?
That is what the opposition hopes. That is what the opposition needs in order to generate sort of a critical mass to, if you like, have the military that are crucial in all this, to have soldiers facing off against their family members across a square, across a street, in the hope that it is those same that same military that will change sides. And in fact, Maria Corina Machado has been saying.
So I think if the military was going to do anything, they would have done something by now. I'm going to be honest, it's not looking hopeful for Machado's camp. It's not looking hopeful at all. Oh dear. What's Maduro currently doing? He's still talking. Oh, he's getting passionate again.
2031, que va a ser una revolución democratizadora, liberadora de Venezuela en lo económico, en lo social y de construcción de un nuevo Estado. Venimos a hacer. No ofrecer.
They're all clapping fucking seals.
De una patada ideológica. No se puede llamar a violencia, viola la ley. ¿Verdad?
It's tragic to know that, like, everyone that works for the government, they are being made to appear. They're made to stand there and feign support for Maduro. Hey, what's happening in the chat? At least have closed captioning. It's a live stream, mate. Translate for...
Esta es una verdadera primera dama. La primera dama de la patria. Elegante.
Hueva.
La primera combatiente, doña Silita.
I'm still yet to see anything from Nayib Bukele. I want to see what he's... Because as far as I'm aware, he is on the ground at the moment. Instagram.
Líderes de sus países, embajadores, embajadoras, embajadoras de todos los países amigos y hermanos del mundo, líderes sociales, el cambio
Still
climático.
nothing. Let's check Twitter.
Lo que está sucediendo por allá en California.
X for anyone that's going to get arse blasted about me saying that.
En una época. Y estudió por allá. Estaba estudiando para cine, ¿no? Actriz. A Hollywood. Es muy triste lo que está pasando allá. Calentamiento global. La crisis climática. Los calores extremos, los fríos extremos, las sequías extremas.
Don't think he's said anything. Yeah, he's just posted the same two things that were on Instagram. So we got the weather in Caracas and the blue purse. Actually, whilst I'm here, Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson doing Venezuela.
Que nadie ceda a los engaños. La diplomacia de engaño climática.
10th of March, unofficial. We got any updates?
Para el financiamiento de formas alternativas para salvar el planeta. Así que la sexta gran transformación es construir ciudades y construir una economía verde, construir una nueva sociedad ecológica, un nuevo sistema productivo ecológico, un nuevo sistema energético ecológico. Venezuela verde. Es la sexta gran
Yeah, so Boris Johnson, the former UK Prime Minister, went to Venezuela shortly after I went to Venezuela, funnily enough. And I don't actually know what he was doing there. I want to find out. Apparently there's been talks of instituting a democratic process, but considering Boris Johnson's track record, he could have been selling out the country for fucking quick cash for all I know. Not a big fan of Boris Johnson. Which is weird because I went to a comedy gig and I ended up in, afterwards, the after sort of party, I ended up in a his campaign team's house in London. And I'm like, okay, that was an interesting night. How I ended up from a comedy gig to people that worked directly underneath Boris Johnson. Lovely people, by the way, but yeah, no, it didn't make me feel better that is a beautiful mural. Didn't make me feel better that it was Boris Johnson's team.
Salvando del fascismo divisionista.
Boris como presidente constitucional. So yeah, probably something to do with Maduro being the constitutional president now. See, these look like Maduro supporters. Yeah, 100% Maduro supporters. Again, they will show a lot of those people. I guarantee you they are not. They're not supporters. They're just working for the government and they're made to do this.
Hablaban del loco del sur desde Washington. Este conflicto entre Monroe y América Latina tiene por lo menos 200 años.
He's already been sworn in at this point. He's just currently doing a fucking speech. But unlike Trump, one, I don't understand him, and two, he just ain't pulling it the same way Trump does. He might be, I just don't speak Spanish.
Desde California hasta la Patagonia. Cuando Bolívar llegó a caballo a Panamá.
Yeah, by the looks of this, this is a direct stream from the Venezuelan broadcast agency of some variety, their nationalist channel.
Habían sido infiltradas por la intriga divisionista. Y ya la oligarquía caudillesca de Quito, Lima, Buenos Aires, Bogotá.
It would not surprise me if he walks out and just gets a fucking bullet to the head. Now, I'm not condoning violence against anyone, but I'm not going to say it won't be a benefit.
Se tomó la licencia de convocar a la diplomacia de Estados Unidos que Bolívar había señalado la prohibición expresa de que fueron invitados porque no tenían vela en ese entierro, no tenían por qué participar.
The thing is Maduro is not the head. He's one of the many heads of the Hydra. And at this point, is he even in control or is he just a figurehead? It's hard to tell at this point. Because there's definitely people that want him in power, and their loyalty goes beyond Maduro being good. Their loyalty goes to the point of him being in power benefits us. They'd rather have him in power than a democratic power that would hold him accountable. So we're looking at the Vladimir Pedro, I think it is, and the Diosdado Cabello. So if that were to happen, you need to take out more than just Maduro.
Somos diversos, Nicolás. Cada quien lleva su proyecto nacional. Así lo entendió Bolívar también. Cada quien lleva.
Still fucking talking. I'm gonna tab back into that when I find out he's got a bullet in the head. See, this is a different picture to what we've got red shirts. We've got red shirts. See, I probably look like a massive Maduro supporter, because like, I'm in Venezuela, and their whitest is nowhere near as white as me. Like, I'm like Casper the Ghost compared to them. And I'm walking around... No, let me just turn this down a bit. There we go. Yeah, I'm walking around in like a bright red shirt, sunglasses on, and they probably thought I was like, ah, hell yeah, I love communism. I was like, no. The person I was staying with, I was winding up by saying she was a Chavista, which people are either going to be like, yeah, I'm, or they're going to fucking hate you for saying that. To be fair though, even the dad was in on it. He was like, Chavista. And it's just because she works for the sort of tax collection agency. The best way to describe it's not exactly that, but effectively tax collector. And obviously they get drafted into doing all these rallies, not this side, but obviously the Maduro side. Let's see how it's happening. Oh, my mates are even asking. So, US announced a 25 million reward for the arrest of Venezuela's Maduro. US announced 25 million reward for the arrest or conviction of Nicolas Maduro on the day he is sworn in as president of Venezuela. Is that BBC? Looks like BBC. Let me see if I can find the article. BBC. Venezuela, let's see if... There we go, yeah. Found it. So yeah, US announces a 25 million reward for the arrest of Nicolas Maduro. US has announced an increase. Nice. Oh, we're going to Venezuela, boys. We're gonna get. Do you know? Right. One thing I wanted to do is the US seized Maduro's private plane and flew it back to the US. Now I know that after a while, these things go up for auction, and if I could get the cash for that, if I could get the cash to buy his plane, I fucking would. And I would do it to fucking wind him up. It's just been so this is my mate in a nutshell. He just put, not being funny, but if the people don't like it, have a revolution, don't go begging, in reference to asking for American support. I put, yeah, they've been trying to, but any dissonance is stamped out. I just said, you know what a dictator is, right? Yeah, so the UK has also issued sanctions on top 15 Venezuelan officials, including judges, members of security forces, and military officials. The Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office said those sanctioned were responsible for undermining democracy, the rule of law, and human rights violations. Foreign Secretary David Lammy went on to describe Maduro's regime as fraudulent. Yeah, pretty much. Again, nothing too much there, except now they're getting the rewards have gone up. Look. All I'm saying, boys, is we get on a flight, we get the fucker, we come in cash in hand. Nah, I'll do it for free. Oh, I'll fucking do it for free. If possible, I mean, fucking hell, like, we've had Americans interfere before and they got captured. We're talking American soldiers, so that goes to show how much power they have over there. When ex-special forces, American special forces in collaboration with Colombians are getting absolutely slam dunked. Although there was something fishy about that. Something very fishy. Boris Johnson travelling to Venezuela. Again, I don't trust him as far as I could throw him. Is he still talking? still talking. Play now. Come on.
Y Goliat venía a la batalla final, al día definitivo. Un gigante aparentemente muy fuerte. David le dijo a sus hermanos. David era un muchacho de a pie, sencillo. Lo veían como un muchacho tímido inclusive. Tranquilo. Y sus hermanos y su familia y sus vecinos se impresionaron.
I want to see random stream. I want to go to my channel.
Viene Goliat. Yo voy a salir al frente de Goliat. Y lo voy a enfrentar. Y Samuel 17, 43, 47 en la Biblia nos dice que una vez en el lugar del camino hacia el pueblo de David,
Venezuelans to come back in millions and voluntarily. And that will happen when they'll see there's a future in their country. We want to dismantle the criminal gangs that are sponsored by the Maduro regime. And today have operation.
So, yeah, there's been a lot of talks that the criminal gangs, they don't answer to their own hierarchy. They answer to Diaz Dado Cabello. So, historically, a good revolution has solved the issue. But yeah, no, the criminal organizations, so a lot of what funds Venezuela, and when I say funds them, I mean keeps the pockets of the politicians and the high ups quite heavy, is well, it's criminal money. A lot of it is basically stolen because the people can't make money, they can't tax them, so they have to go into extrajudicial. No, they basically have to go into illegal markets to try and make money. So a lot of the drugs that are coming out of Latin America is stuff to do with Venezuela. Like, they're not the only one. There's a lot of big players such as Colombia and Mexico, but a lot of them are being legitimized and funded by the Maduro regime because the money that comes back to them wholeheartedly fills the pockets of all these people. Drug money, criminal money. Is he still talking?
Señores diputados, señoras diputadas, delegaciones de 125 países, que Dios bendiga al pueblo de Venezuela, que Dios bendiga a los pueblos del mundo, que viva la patria.
Ha sido el primer discurso del presidente constitucional de la República Bolivariana de Venezuela, Nicolás Maduro, y comandante en jefe de la Fuerza Armada Nacional Bolivariana, tras su juramentación para un tercer mandato constitucional correspondiente al año 2025-2031. Ha dicho: yo, Nicolás Maduro, soy David, hijo del pueblo de Venezuela. Voy con Dios en victoria permanente. He jurado ser el presidente y lo cumpliré junto al pueblo. Tenemos esta imagen de lo que ocurre en el salón elíptico del Palacio Federal Legislativo, donde conversa también con vicepresidentes sectoriales, con la vicepresidenta ejecutiva de la República, el vicepresidente sectorial Diosdado Cabello Rondón. En esta oportunidad, en este discurso contundente, donde ha presentado además su programa de gobierno, el Plan de la Patria, las 7 transformaciones, donde participaron en su elaboración más de 100.000 asambleas se realizaron en todo el territorio nacional y dieron como producto este nutrido programa que llevará a cabo durante los próximos años hasta el 2031, al tiempo que mencionaba que firmará
See, they were definitely expecting something to happen because they've shut down the streets, they've rallied a load of their supporters, they've
esa nueva democracia, ese nuevo Estado cada vez más participativo del que ha llamado el jefe de Estado venezolano Nicolás Maduro. Agradecía también al pueblo heroico que se ha mantenido en resistencia.
So yeah, yeah, no, they were expecting something. They shut down social media, they shut down the streets, they made sure supporters were on the streets. They were trying to ensure that the likelihood of a revolution or a rebellion starting is next to minimal. And the worst part is the campaign of Edmundo Gonzalez and Maria Corina Machado is trying to remain very diplomatic and democratic. So the stuff like revolutions and rebellions and uprisings, they're not encouraging that because it only makes them look bad. And even if one was to happen and hand presidential powers over to them, I don't know if they would take it on the simple basis of it would delegitimize their government. I really need to pee, but I know as soon as I walk away, something's going to happen.
Cuando hablamos de Nicolás Maduro, y si nos piden definirlo en solo dos palabras, las dos palabras que se nos ocurren son lealtad y valentía. Y nos sentimos profundamente orgullosos de haber cumplido con nuestro deber como diputados y con nuestro derecho como ciudadanos de esta república en hacer valer el resultado que condujo a que nuestro líder, el leal, el valiente, le podemos seguir diciendo a partir del día de hoy, presidente constitucional Nicolás Maduro, presidente leal y valiente. Sírvase, por favor, ciudadana secretaria, publicar, transcribir, editar y que en todos los medios posibles,
mate.
radioeléctricos o en redes sociales, el discurso completo de compromiso.
We're talking about Guy Fawkes in this shit, and I'm like, yeah, but Guy Fawkes didn't work.
Ciudadano Nicolás Maduro Moros. Siguiente, ciudadana secretaria.
Es todo, ciudadano presidente.
En consecuencia, se levanta la sesión solemne del día de hoy. Invitamos a la Junta Directiva de la Asamblea Nacional para que acompañen y despidan al ciudadano.
You notice how, like,
Maduro Moros.
people still refer to the act of posting on X as tweeting? That's just a random side thought I've just had.
De esta manera se levanta la sesión solemne en el Salón Elíptico del Palacio Federal Legislativo, ha dicho el presidente del Parlamento venezolano, el doctor Jorge Rodríguez, en unas emotivas palabras. Hablar de la historia de Nicolás Maduro es hablar cuando acompañó al comandante Chávez, cuando fue el joven constituyente, cuando fue diputado, cuando fue canciller.
Oh, blue sky.
A la palabra que empeña. Nicolás Maduro, definirlo en dos palabras: lealtad y valentía. Nos sentimos orgullosos de nuestro deber como diputados en hacer valer el resultado que condujo a esta victoria. Presidente leal.
You had any more news?
Juramentado
Last 22 hours of Venezuela.
Como presidente constitucional de la República Bolivariana de Venezuela, toma de posesión para los próximos años 2025-2031, tras ese triunfo el pasado 28 de julio del año 2020.
Advanced searches, we got anything recent?
500,000 votos para darle continuidad al proyecto revolucionario, al proyecto bolivariano. Presente acá el conductor de las victorias, el hombre de la palabra, el hombre del diálogo, el presidente Nicolás Maduro Moros. Tras su juramentación mencionaba, y tras recibir esta banda presidencial de manos del pueblo venezolano, del pueblo popular, me siento con un gran compromiso de seguir construyendo la patria, de seguir construyendo la patria grande vamos hacia adelante. Estamos librando justamente en estos momentos una batalla épica, rescatando el discurso
What's
del
this?
jefe de
Breaking
Estado
news.
venezolano, Nicolás Maduro. Podemos compartir justamente con ustedes lo que sucede en el Salón Elíptico del Palacio Federal Legislativo. Se despide de quienes están acá presentes, de quienes lo han acompañado. Recordemos que 2.000 invitados internacionales, entre ellos presidentes de naciones hermanas que se encuentran acá presentes, el presidente Miguel Díaz-Canel, así como también el comandante Daniel Ortega, asistieron pues a esta cita, a este acto trascendental para la historia de nuestro país. En estos momentos se despiden
Any
los
language,
diputados,
any counts,
autoridades,
filters. I just want to see if there's anything happening recently from
se ha hecho presente en este acto importante
January
que hemos evidenciado acá en la
9th,
República Bolivariana de Venezuela, así como también en
2025
todo el
to
mundo.
January
Un hombre
10th.
comprometido con el pueblo, un hombre comprometido con las causas sociales que están plasmadas en las 7 transformaciones en su programa de gobierno, y ya vemos esta imagen emblemática del jefe de Estado venezolano. El tricolor nacional se hace presente en el Palacio Federal Legislativo junto al pueblo que está acá en el Palacio Federal Legislativo, que lo recibe con aplausos a su salida del Salón Elíptico del Parlamento venezolano. Compartir también las palabras del jefe de Estado venezolano, Nicolás Maduro. Juró por Guaycaipuro, por Pedro Camejo, por el padre de la patria Simón Bolívar, por Sucre, por la memoria eterna del comandante Chávez y el
Took
aguerrido
office.
pueblo de
President
Venezuela, que
inauguration ceremony was held in capital Caracas. In his speech, promised a new presidential term would be a period of peace, equality, and democracy.
Lo
Bollocks.
juro por mi vida. Allí el saludo del presidente Nicolás Maduro Moros desde el Palacio Federal Legislativo tras ser juramentado y haber tomado posesión para el año
Is that
2025,
Vladimir Padrina? That looks like him.
2031. Lo espera, lo recibe el poder popular, el pueblo que le dio continuidad a su proyecto revolucionario el pasado 28 de julio. Se llena de júbilo la Asamblea Nacional, las escalinatas ya acá con el mandatario nacional y la primera combatiente, la doctora Cilia Flores de Maduro. Un compromiso por el país, por seguir construyendo y consolidando la Venezuela del futuro al frente.
What a pity Venezuela, its wealth has awakened the ambition of the Tory elites of Anglo-Saxon imperial. These elites are supporting a gang of criminals who held... Huh? Wait, what? Predatory elites of Anglo-Saxon imperial, and these... Let me just bring this over here. See if you guys can make details of it. Visions of the predatory elites, Anglo-Saxon, but these elites are supporting a gang of I don't think those are Anglos, that's not our uniform. Oh, I don't want to go because it's outside, and if anything's going to happen, it's going to fucking happen now. But I really do need to pee. Is it obvious I want to see this man go? Right, be right back. Still alive.
Son los aplausos a esta hora desde el Palacio Federal Legislativo. Escuchamos, vamos Nico, vamos Nico. Seguimos escuchando el ambiente desde la Asamblea Nacional en esta toma de posesión del presidente constitucional Nicolás Maduro.
Ah, bloody hell, smells laughing right on again. Alright, we're back. God, why is it whenever I wear a cap I look just 10 times more American? I'm loving this. It sounds like I'm playing Tropico.
Why can't you stay organised? I've experienced this myself, and it's called chronic impulse control, where you prioritise.
Piss off. As if they got adverts on this shit. Come on, I just want to see some American Special Forces swoop in and just absolutely you know, grab the guy, fire a few rounds, fucking take him back to the USA. Guantanamo Bay, that bitch.
Nicolás Maduro ha recibido esta banda especial con las bendiciones del pueblo. Esta banda la hizo el pueblo, presidente, y no los traicionaré.
Everything I have I know why it is.
Dije que iba a haber paz y habrá paz. Somos guerreros.
Oh, great. You know it's good when the Middle East are coming in to congratulate you. But then saying that they're a part of, what's that oil coalition? Oil. OPSEC. Is it OPSEC? Yeah, Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. Is Venezuela a part of that? Yeah, they are. And Brazil. Huh.
Como el presidente del pueblo, el presidente de todos los venezolanos. Se trata de una juramentación sagrada, profunda, solemne. Hoy tengo más conciencia de dónde vengo. Jamás seré de las oligarquías, apellidos, supremacismos. Tengo un solo dueño, un solo jefe. Mi corazón está con la fuerza histórica del pueblo de a pie, la fuerza del libertador Simón Bolívar, por la que juré en este espacio.
Let's keep searching X, see if anything new has come up.
Legislativo. Ante la conspiración mundial comunicacional de Estados Unidos, los satélites esclavos que convirtieron la elección de Venezuela en una elección mundial, se la ganamos. Le ganamos al imperialismo y a su diplomacia de engaño, y ahora no saben cómo vengarse. No pudieron ni podrán. No es un hombre, es Nicolás Maduro, es un pueblo que se crece, es un pueblo, es el de Chávez, es el de Bolívar, es el de la historia pasada,
Venezuela,
presente,
trending.
futuro. La elección era la joya de
Anything
la
new?
corona. La oligarquía está derrotada, somos guerreros, no nacimos el día de los traidores ni de los cobardes. Así como también ha denunciado los planes conspirativos en marcha, la juramentación la trataron de convertir en una guerra mundial. que ya viene, que lo iban a desplazar, ha dicho el presidente constitucional Nicolás Maduro, pero no pudieron impedir la juramentación que el mundo constató hoy desde el Salón Elíptico en manos del presidente de la Asamblea Nacional, del doctor Jorge Rodríguez, cuando fue juramentado el presidente Nicolás Maduro, como lo reza el artículo 231 de la Constitución de
Yeah,
la
that's
República
painfully true.
Bolivariana de Venezuela.
That's
Nunca
painfully
antes
true.
había visto una conspiración como la que estamos derrotando y desmontando, ha dicho el jefe de Estado venezolano Nicolás Maduro. Frente al monroísmo, el bolivarianismo, la diplomacia bolivariana de paz, a Venezuela no se le va a colonizar ni por la diplomacia de engaño, de zanahoria ni garrote. A Venezuela se respeta y la haremos respetar una y mil veces.
That's one I read earlier.
País de paz,
Oh, fuck's sake.
pacifista. El comandante
I'm
Chávez abrió el
open to see
camino de la
something.
historia hace ya 26 años. La constitución única en 200 años, sometida a referéndum con el pueblo. ¿Qué más soberanía? ¿Qué más democracia de la que ha vivido la República Bolivariana de Venezuela
What's this?
durante los últimos 25 años? Chávez, el líder más democratizador de la vida pública en Venezuela. Sobre eso no hay discusión, reiteraba el jefe de Estado venezolano Nicolás Maduro durante su discurso. Este año vamos a tener 3 elecciones constitucionales obligatorias. Nosotros somos
Translate post. The US government offers $25 million for Nicolas Maduro. Come on, do your part. 25 soldiers make a plan to hand over the guy. Each of you get $1 million. You can live peacefully in Venezuela and do the world a favor. Hells to the fuck yeah. Very little. It would have to be 25 billion. The US is trying to create an international war in Venezuela so they don't go to war. What they want is for Venezuela to go to hell and keep the oil. You're not completely wrong, but there is more to it than just oil, I believe. Or at least I'd hope anyway.
Que se debatirá desde estos espacios. Así nosotros vamos a despedir esta transmisión en cadena nacional y vamos a, por supuesto, seguir con más de la programación de los medios de comunicación.
The de facto swearing-in ceremony takes place in elliptical halls of the National Assembly, not in the chambers where it usually occurs behind closed doors. Only allies and the press from the palace. Is it Cuba, Daniel Ortega, Nicaragua, the only presidents who accompany him with the same characteristics as Maduro's. Although he insists on saying that there was a entire world accompanies him, Maduro assures to comply with the constitution, but he knows that he's just crossed the line. Huh. Is that it? That was it. Oh. Of course, music. They love their music over there.
From Canada, US to Argentina and Chile, they are sponsored by that regime. We need to work together to dismantle them. Thirdly, we need to stop the flow of Colombian drugs that have used Venezuela as their main channel, and Maduro is a partner of those cartels. Fourth, we need to cut the liaisons with Iran and Hezbollah, to whose agents Maduro has given Venezuelan nationality and passports. And finally, Venezuela has a huge energy potential that will never be taken advantage of. If you have a regime like Maduro, so in sum, we're going to turn Venezuela from the criminal hub of the Americas into the energy hub of the Americas and have a strong partnership with the United States. The only thing that Maduro has left is fear. And if all of us come together, there's no repression. That some few thousand armed
I'm hoping to see something, but
could
nothing's
have
happening.
hold against millions. And we have called for cities and towns around the country to join peacefully, organize with our families. Maduro will have to understand that his time is over. Those that still support Maduro in the military or in the judiciary should understand that it is in their best interest to understand, to assume that, the world won't has turned the page. They have done many things against our families and friends for many.
I mean, obviously, as I'm streaming this, I'm obviously talking to Venezuelans, and they're, well, as you can imagine, they're not happy. They're not happy with what's happening. A lot of the ones I've spoken to are sort of heartbroken. What you expect, to be honest. See a government. It's one thing to see a party you didn't vote for get into power, but you kind of just have to take it on the chin. You did your Democratic Party, you moved on. It's a different thing when there's a lot of evidence saying that this has been cheated and stolen, and that no matter what happens, there's nothing you can do. And my heart really goes out for them. Like, I kind of want to see something happen. Just something to offer these people peace and just some form of stability, because Maduro is set to rewrite the Constitution, and that could mean many things. Every time he's rewrote the Constitution, it's never good. It's never good.
Weeks they had been surrounding the houses of our families. I haven't been in my house for the last 5 months. They even used drones to fly above my mom's house and cut the light, energy supply.
See, that one there, I don't know if that's targeted, because we're seeing in anywhere from Caracas to the Marina state, it's power has been going out, especially in the last few days, and I believe that is a tactical move. Like, yeah, they're saving resources and whatnot that they can't afford, but also they are I think they're trying to kneecap any form of resistance.
Yesterday, they took by force the son-in-law of the president-elect Edmundo González.
They arrested his son-in-law.
His 2 children to school, and he was stopped, and by force he was detained, and we don't know yet where he is. I want you to know how important it is also.
See, that's one thing they've been doing, is they've been arresting people, smaller members of the opposition, because they can get away with that. They can get away with arresting people on the streets and get away with arresting lower names in the parties, but they can't get away with arresting Edmundo González, Maria Corina Machado, because as soon as they do that, that is when, like, if she was released, one of the reasons that I believe she got out is because of her profile, her name, and doing so would instill international I'll describe it. It would draw the eye of the international community at large.
For the safety of the American people, solving this conflict in Venezuela. I believe on what happens in the next days in Venezuela depends not only the democracy, the future of our democracy, but the future of democracy in the region. And Venezuela is today the source of many political and economical problems. The regime has turned our country into a safe haven for the enemies of democracies up in the West. And in the country, we will turn our country, as it used to be, a great partner for democracy and freedom. We have done everything. Thousands of Venezuelans have given their lives. Millions have been forced to leave. But we will bring our country back in our feet, and we will be a great partner of all the nations, democratic nations in the region. And most importantly, will bring our kids back home. Millions will come back. So this is the time to act. These are critical and decisive hours. I trust our people, and I assure you that Venezuela will be free very soon.
I'm gutted to say they fumbled the bag. I really am. But you know how that old adage goes.
Susie Wiles did an interview. This is rare. She gave it to Axios.
Nope. Open image in new tab. Nothing ever happens. It's disheartening, man. Oh, fuck. It is disheartening. When you want to see change this badly, and then you're seeing, like, all this kick off, it is disheartening. I kind of want to see change, in all honesty. But nothing ever happens. Oh, goddamn. I'm going to stream a little longer. Because if anything's going to happen, it's going to happen today. But what more can happen at this point? He's already sworn him. He's done his hour and 30-minute long speech. How long been? Yeah, about hour and a half. Yeah. See if anything else cropped up before I switch over to someone else. 4 seconds ago, let's see. There were elections in Paraguay recently. Who was it? Who won the election without Googling? Do you know why? Because there is no oil, because no one cares who wins. Who loses? Do you really believe that the obsession with Venezuela is because of democracy? To be fair, yeah, out of all the Latin American countries, they're one of the ones that people don't recognize enough, and I'll sit there and say that. See, my interest in Venezuela is not oil. Couldn't care less about oil. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's one of the things you notice when you get there. The first thing you smell in the air is oil. It's definitely a petro state. I can see why a lot of big names are interested in that. And in all honesty, it's one of the main reasons as to one of the main benefits to the people internally, because Maduro has the oil. America could have the oil if democratically they had another party, but you know they don't. And yeah, no, it sucks. It sucks that is the case. It is also painfully true. I'm more interested because you look at Venezuela in the past. Little story of mine. So, God, 2014, I think it would be. I met a lass online, Venezuelan. She was a lovely lass. We didn't talk after I got a girlfriend, and then 4 years later, I kind of remembered she existed. But if it weren't for this person, I wouldn't have been looking more into Venezuela. I wouldn't have. And you look at it and you just realize how bad things are. Yes, okay, the people don't know what's happened in, was it Panama? I believe they said. Paraguay. Um, that's not helping my case right now. But yeah, okay. People don't know. I don't know what's happening in Paraguay, to be honest with you. But that's because my interest is more in the failings of communism and what has happened to the people as a result of that. They've had the worst inflation by 100 times than the Weimar Republic. They've got the world's worst emigration crisis. People are dying because of just dysentery and lack of resources. I'm on it for the more populist humanitarian side of it. And I'd be lying to say if I didn't have skin in the game because I know people there. My sources are people I know. They're not people I've contacted because I want information to spread. It's because I talk to these people daily. Let me know when empathy is in the case of any use. We see here that we are going to have another 6 years like this. The only thing they can do is try and convince Venezuelan militia to remove those stupid rules. But hey, change Venezuela from Bogota. I don't know what's happening in Bogota either. I wish to visit again. I wish to visit again. Oh, we've got some news article. What's this? President Nicolas Maduro was sworn in for a third term in parliament controlled by his administration, facing international ignorance. Opposition accused Edmundo Gonzalez Oritas. Don't ask me how to pronounce that. Victory was a coup d'etat. Maduro, in power since 2013, promised that the new mandate would be a period of peace, prosperity, and new democracy in the face of the Chavista leader, says Jorge Rodriguez. President without the people, while you are putting on this Danteske circus? Okay. Your ambassador in Caracas is validating fraud of a tyrant Maduro's Venezuelan relative democracy scoundrels. Okay. Claims himself president of Venezuela, turning his back on the electoral records. President-elect Edmundo Gonzalez will not appear in the country today as expected. Oh, was he not in the country? Kingdom sympathizes with the Panamanian Congress in totally drunken state. Apparently he was drinking. Okay then. It's really offensive to Venezuelans. Let's see if any protectors of Venezuelan democracy speaks out against the US regarding sanctions. They are not taken to Edmundo. Oh dear. Yeah, no, it is disappointing to see. It really is. It's not Maduro assumes third term. Do not say stupid things. Electoral record citizen support are only held by legitimate constitutional presidents. For fuck's sake. Given his opinion after he fled with the entire loot, if he had the balls to do so, victory Venezuela would be different. Who's that? Yeah. I mean, I get people are disappointed and they have a right to be upset, but the last thing you want right now is fractional infighting. It only makes people weaker, and this is one thing he's counting on. For this failure to be pointed out and put upon that of the opposition, because as people do that, they become stronger as the opposition becomes weaker. People talk a lot of nonsense demanding and criticizing those who are already risking their lives freedom to save Venezuela, and those who manage to fake accounts to sabotage and confuse. Yeah, they shouldn't be pointing the fingers at each other. Guaido has no dignity, much less morals, to speak of about Venezuela or what's happening. We have nothing. Does that name ring a bell? Juan Guaido. Oh God, yeah. That was the guy that ran prior. Right, okay, now I've got context. Let's read it again. Has no dignity. Man. Let's see what Juan Guaido said. Probably spelled that wrong. Guaido. Juan Guaido. Public servant in resistance against dictatorship, deputy president of Republic National Assembly. 1 hour ago. Great decision, thanks. What Maduro. See, I like Juan Guaido. He came out swinging. He laid the foundation for what currently happened with MCM. And, alright, he had to flee. Okay, I get people are upset, but he had a target painted on his back. He was subject to, well, a lot. I mean, everything they've pulled on Edmundo Gonzalez and Maria Corina Machado is everything they pulled on him 6 years prior. So, alright, yeah, he fled, but his family was still in Venezuela, and he couldn't get to them. He couldn't get them out, and he was heartbroken by this. I mean, not to quote fascism, but I'm going to have to here. One stick is weak. Many sticks are strong. They make a grand faggot. Oh, shit joke. But they do come together. And that's what they need. They need support, because not a single person could do anything. One person does something, it's easy. That person gets arrested, probably executed in prison. But obviously they committed suicide or they died in prison of unrelated circumstances. And a lot of the things that Juan Guaido has done and Edmundo Gonzalez and Maria Corina Machado is they put a target on their back to martyrdom themselves. Because which is admirable. To criticize them is to show that you are expecting these people to be your Superman when they are just like you and me. They're human, and they are doing the best with what they have. They're limited by what they can do, and let's be honest, these people that are criticizing Edmundo, Juan Guaido, probably even MCM, what they're doing, I doubt they've gone out and done out. They probably walks around in a t-shirt for a bit. they have no room to criticize because they've not painted a target on their back to try and save the country. And that's one thing that's annoying me. We need to, well, I say we. They need to stop doing this infighting, because any time that the opposition fights itself, Maduro sits there calm, regulated. He's in a position of power now. And the more that we fight with each other, the less they have to fight with him. Got anything else? Ooh, well, it's been a long one, not gonna lie. Ooh. I expected something to happen. Didn't expect it to be completely dead. I guess the only positive is I had a decent game of Venezuela on Hoy. I'm aware that that's nothing. Compared to the grand scheme of things and what's been happening, this is nothing. But well, I'm going to keep reporting on this. But in all honesty, I think things are going to quieten down now. Very quiet now. So keep in touch, I suppose. Follow the channel. Let me actually get the channel up, because I've been posting a lot on there for that. Yeah, no, I've made a few changes to this. Actually, I could probably get rid of Twitter and chat for now. But yeah, no, I've been pushing out newer updates, newer videos. I think the last few days I had New Year's updates, eve of Maduro's inauguration, what's happening to Republicans, because I'm trying to touch on other stuff as well. Obviously, my main focus is Venezuela, and I won't forget that. Planned blackouts, fake video. I think that one came along alright, actually. What is it with me why does it always get the ones of me leaning forward? These was just auto-selected. That is a fucking terrible one. But yeah. I've got some newer videos. I'm trying to actually do thumbnails and do it proper, because, well, as everything is shown, I don't think this is going to be going away anytime soon, so might as well up my game, try and actually spread my reach, spread the message, so to speak. So, hopefully, that sort of kicks off, things start looking a bit more positively. Channel Flexions of the Orb. And hell, even if things do go positively and, you know, Venezuela becomes a democracy, I'll keep up to date with it. But I'll probably move on to, you know, British news, American news, see how things go. But yeah, thank you for those that tuned in, even if it was like just 5 minutes. I know that I don't have a lot of viewers, but end of the day, I literally, first time I've actually streamed on Kick. I was going to do it on YouTube, but I had to get a stream key, and it's like 24 hours. So I know why they're doing that. There was that whole situation of people basically stealing accounts and whatnot. So I guess it's to reduce stream spam. But it's a shame I wasn't able to stream on my platform, because I'd probably got a little bit more reach, just a touch. But yeah, keep in touch, keep up to date. I'm gonna try and keep things up to date, but as I say, I think things are gonna go quiet, but hopefully not. Hopefully we'll see Trump's inauguration come in and some major steps being taken towards dictatorships like Venezuela and Cuba. But yeah,